Coach Prime and Bill O'Boyle are tasked with quickly rebuilding Colorado's offensive line, and they've gone to the transfer market to do so. Savion Washington, who played under O'Boyle and in Sean Lewis's offensive system at Kent State, is expected to be a big part of that rebuild up front. William, curious what stands out when you watch film of the 6'8", 320-pound Savion Washington?
Well, I had him listed at 6'9", but we'll give him the inch I saw. But what stands out is really kind of everything. He's just so massive and so huge. He's got really ridiculous length in his arms, which is really going to serve him well at this level. And this comment, I think, speaks well for Washington, but also for Bill O'Brien, because this kid's really well coached and he's very polished. And you'll see it if you look in comparison to Israel Jada, for example, who does not have the polish and refinement that Washington has. And it's fun to kind of watch this offense and how their line works. They really just kind of, I would almost call it like a zone, but they just really kind of wash everything down. And they've got those two ridiculously large tackles, and they just maul everybody and kind of road grade them out of the way. So he's really exciting to look at.
Washington was a 3-star prospect coming out of St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron, Ohio in 2020, played 813 offensive snaps in 16 games at Kent State, and his 75.9 grade from Pro Football Focus during the 2022 season was substantially better than any CU offensive lineman last season. Charlotte, Kentucky, and NC State also targeted Washington when he was in the portal before he committed to CU. William, he's got 3 years to play with the Buffaloes. I think this is a good type of prospect to bring in. You have a guy that has some experience in the system that they're going to run, but also he's got multiple years to where he's still going to develop, and you're not going to just throw him out there for 1 year and then, he's gone, like, you see with a lot of these graduate transfers.
I mean, I got to be honest with you, watching this film, I'd be a little bit shocked if he's there more than 2 years, because he looks to be that good. I mean, he will come in. I can't imagine anybody beating him out for that right tackle spot for CU, because he's just that good and that ready to go. And you just don't see any of the problems that you saw with our tackles the last couple of years with this guy. And there, he moved. You think of a guy. I'm gonna go with my 6'9", 320, and you think, well, he's gonna be like a redwood, big lumbering. This kid is quick. He's got good movement. He's moves well side to side, and he moves well both laterally and turning and running. I don't know if everybody knows what that means, but laterally means that you keep your chest to the front and you just kind of move your feet, and then running is like pulling. So he's going to be really good at pulling or anything else. But at the 14-second mark in the video, there's a play where he shows how athletic he is and adjusts in a pass protection. He drops back as the right tackle, and he's taking an inside guy, and then he sees some guy coming on the outside rush, and he's just so crazy long. He gets that arm out there and he gets it on that guy, and he actually managed to take that guy to the ground. And kind of blocked two guys where they were trying to target him with an inside-outside rush, and he just did a really nice job of it. It was very impressive. And he just plays very violently, pulls well, sees the field well. He gets up into a hole. They do a lot of sort of wrapping around and pulling, and he gets up and gets on linebackers really well. One thing that kind of stands out to me, he just kind of engulfs people. I mean, maybe we might have to call him the landmass or something, because he just sort of envelops people. He's got a little tendency to get the hands on the outside of the shoulders. He's going to have to get those inside. He might get called on that a little bit, but he's just so darn big that I think he gets away with it, because it doesn't look as much like wrapping around as it does. But he's got to get those arms in a little bit. That would be the one thing I would say. But he's really well trained, got really good feet, and he uses his hands really well. Got a really nice punch. And I think he's got a nice pad level on the goal line. Otherwise, he kind of needs to get down a little bit. But I think that's natural for a guy that tall. But I think he's easily him and Wiltie is our other. I think Washington's easily one of the best offensive linemen coming in.
All right. That was our look at Colorado offensive line transfer edition, Savion Washington.